Frank, you would know this. What was the first dentistry video game?
I don't know that.
It's got to be that Tooth Defenders one, right?
Oh, actually, that's a really good candidate. Tooth protectors.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
What's that one on the 2600 that has the
Tooth
big teeth?
protectors.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where does Number Munchers fit in this?
Ooh.
It's not a dental game.
No,
But
that's
kind
that's a
of.
math game.
Tooth protectors is a game about like defending teeth against cavities. That's a dentist game.
If Number Munchers counts as a dental game, then surely Pac-Man counts as a dental game.
If Number Munchers counts as a dentist game, I'm going to shoot myself on this show.
Yeah.
That one's going
And
in.
then everyone here. Is everyone ready to do the show?
Go
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm ready to do the show.
I'm ready to go.
Is
Yeah.
that were we talking about Prince? Talking about Prince?
Are we
Prince.
not always talking about Prince?
Yes.
Yeah. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to do an episode of Insert Credit. This is episode 415 of our class in session, where the end of each period comes with the sound of a horrible buzzer.
Oh, that's dog. by the
I'm
way.
Alex Jaffe, and my demon school major is ironic wish granting.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
that's a hot one.
I'm Frank Cifaldi, and I kind of want Brandon to assign these to us.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would like that too.
That'd be fun.
All right. Ironic wish granting is pretty good for Jaffe, but I want that for myself instead.
You're taking it from me?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him the power.
Jaffe gets word of God, which is you say things and then people are forced to do them.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and
Mm.
so
Just
but
like
we-
Preacher by DC Comics, your favorite. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah. I love that Garth Ennis. Unproblematic.
Frank's it's kind of a cheat, but I think demonology demonology studies. So you got the history.
Yeah.
Historical demons.
Yeah, you
Is that a cheat? I don't know. That's
you
pretty good.
scan all their flyers.
Yeah.
Compiling the folio.
That's right. All the Elder Scrolls. Ash Succubus studies. Why not?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Mm.
I am very much studying
Just find
the
out how they work.
succubi. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I mean when I say studying.
Yeah. Ash and I study and go down like studying rabbit holes, but they're completely different.
Yes.
Completely different kinds of holes involved there.
There you go.
So this is the Demon School episode. We've been talking about it for, I feel like, 5 years. And unless another Hollow Knight
No,
comes out, I think
nothing's
this
happening.
is when it's happening.
Nothing's happening. It's all fine. It's coming out. It's
All
coming
right.
out. This is
Gonna
the
happen.
last episode before Demon School is out, and I can stop talking about it. No, I'm not going
Gonna
to
have
stop
to
talking
change
about
my
it.
outro. We're gonna have to figure out what insert credit looks like after Demon School.
Oh, you
I'm
can
excited.
still tell people to buy it.
Yeah, I could.
Instead of wish list, it's now buy.
Yeah, they're going to need to buy it.
Well, I've got a few questions about the game that also potentially, I hope, open up conversation to video games in general. My first is, what's the difference between setting a video game in high school and setting a video game in college?
Oh yeah. Age of consent, number one.
That's important. Yeah.
The number one reason I did that for Demon School is because I knew there was going to be dating and people smooching on each other, and I wanted them all to be over 18 because otherwise it's gross. So
Looking at you, Persona 5.
yeah, it like if they're all teens, it's like still not something I want to do, but I guess it's fine if they're all teens. But you know, if they're all teens and then one of them is like 25, it's like, oh man, don't do that, please. don't do that.
Looking at you, Persona 5.
Yeah, so
Persona.
that's one. The other thing is choose your classes. We didn't really do too much of that in this, but and a lot more general freedom and less structure.
Did you not choose your classes in high school though?
No.
Actually, I did, but I think most people don't.
No.
My perception is that most
Really?
people don't.
Oh, I
I
did.
certainly would have taken a lot fewer Talmud study classes if I were allowed to choose my curriculum.
Well, I mean, there's a concept called electives. Those are the
Yeah.
things that you elect to
True.
take, and then there's the other kind, which may or may not have a name, but they're non-electives. You
The
have no choice.
mandatories.
The
Mandatories
didactics.
and the electives.
That does have like a fancy name, but I can't think of what it is.
The core? Is it the
Yeah,
core
maybe
curriculum?
the
Core
Yeah.
curriculum. That sounds great. Let's go with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I like that. Good job, Jaffe.
Thanks.
I would think that being set in high school, you have more kind of like, I don't want to say indentured servitude, but like
Yeah.
you're stuck there. You have to be there. Like, so
Right.
you can be punished, right? So for example, the concept of detention cannot exist in a college game.
Well, we put it in there.
Oh boy.
It's not detention, it's jail.
That's great. I love it.
What is
Yeah.
detention
There's the
if
threat
not
of
jail?
there's the threat of jail. Well, it's prison,
Of school
actually.
jail.
But
You go to school jail based on academic performance?
well, I don't want to.
Okay. Okay.
Shouldn't say if you actually do that. But that's the threat. The threat is if you fail to do your studies by the end of the week, that you will go to school jail. But I totally down the lines of what you're saying. Like, you are in high school, you are much more at the mercy of your parents and your whomever, and in college you are. It's time to run wild for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a factor here. Although we did trap everyone on an island, so it's like you're also stuck there.
Nobody's telling you have to go to bed at a certain time.
That's right.
How much
right.
does Demon School capture the neurodivergent experience of going from high school to college and then completely falling apart because you have undiagnosed ADHD and you have no idea how to bootstrap yourself without the structure of high school?
I
Don't
wouldn't
ask
say,
me how I know.
Oh, I felt that.
I wouldn't say it deals with that too much, but it does deal with people not understanding how to talk to other people to some extent. So there's at least a little bit, and there's also like an undercurrent of being swept along with the flow of other people because you don't really necessarily know how to stick up for yourself or like stick a pole in the ground that says this is where I'm stuck. So there's some of that.
How much does it capture the experience of hanging out at your college radio station till they give you a show to justify you being there?
0%, but that also happened to me.
Oh, awesome!
I mean, I wasn't hanging out there that much. What happened was I was nearby.
Yeah.
It was like downstairs from my dorm, and I was like, oh, we have a radio station, and I came in there with my like hair down to my butt and my metal shirts, and they were like, you like metal? And I was like, yep. And they're like, you wanna do a show? And I was like, sure. And so then I became the metal director of KSCR in Los Angeles for a couple of years.
I would love to see a picture of Brandon with hair down to his butt. Please make that available to us so that I may look at it.
Okay, I'll find it later. I don't have a lot of photos of myself, but they do exist.
College radio stations. Man. I once spent an entire segment just playing the soundtrack of the movie The Coneheads because that was the thing on the top of the album stack. If Demon School had a radio station, like what music would they be playing there?
Oh, that is
the music of Kurt Feldman, I assume.
Well, so like
Presumably.
that's the music that plays ambiently in the world. So that's more like the music of the mall of like the music you can't avoid. That's what you hear when you go into the supermarket. It actually would just be 1999 top 40. All the characters in this, except for Newt, have pretty basic taste. They're listening to in music, they're listening to Rob Zombie's Dragula. They're listening to No Doubt,
the soundtrack of The Matrix.
Yes, that's
what's playing on the college radio.
That's
station.
what they're
That
listening
tracks to me.
Yeah,
I want to ask about how you decide what to make a game about. Do indie developers find success by creating games that they want to play, or by like following trends in the market?
If I ever find success, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Aw, don't say that.
No, I mean I'm looking forward to it. I hope
Why not? Yeah,
I hope it happens soon.
How do you decide what to make a game about?
For me, definitely it's whatever I think is fun. I want to make a game that I want to play. And with Demon School, I was trying to make something that was an intersection of what a bunch of us would like, but then it turned out to be something more that I liked than everybody else. Whoops.
Meaning your team?
Yeah, my team. Yeah. They still like it for the most part, but they all haven't played it all the way through either. Nobody has time to do that.
Rude.
I know. I have, and Vince, the audio guy, has. I have seen a lot of threads with people asking like, how do you choose your next game?
Yeah.
And to me, it's like whatever I can get funding for. I have like 50 ideas, and whatever I can get funding for, that's my next game.
So it does have a lot to do with trends.
It does have to do with trends, or I think sometimes it has to do with like force of personality. If you can really convince people that this is going to be fun and cool.
What was the trend that got Demonschool funded then?
Demonschool, I think it was all visuals, actually.
Oh,
I think
so
it
not
was just-
necessarily being something like something else that was successful, but you made something that looked really good, that was interesting enough that people wanted to spend money on it?
Yes, and also I think it was because, so when Isprid, who is the publisher of this game, decided to fund it, I was not pitching them. I was just talking to my friend who runs that company about what we were doing, and then he was like, we have some budget for something like this. I was like, oh.
Do you want to share it?
Yeah. And so that's how that went, which is weird. But yeah, I think a lot of people, the trend chasing is interesting because there's a game called Queue Up right now, which is doing pretty well. And it's basically like a coin flipping game esports manager with a lot of like deep irony commentary about capitalism and commercialization and stuff like that in it. And that hit at really the right time because these coin flip games got popular like 2 months ago. So
yeah, it's interesting. I have heard very basic things about Queue Up, and I just happened to Google it, and it brought up the Steam page. And like last week, it was in a bundle with Unfair Flips, which is the coin flipping game. Yeah.
And I have no idea how, because this Queue Up game is much larger than the other coin flip games that were popular. So this took longer to make, almost certainly. How were they ready to go with this coin flip, this like deeper lore coin flip game while the zeitgeist was still on? How did that happen? They must have preceded the zeitgeist slightly or lucked into it? What happened there? I have no idea. I should talk to them.
All I can say is it was probably a coin flip.
I mean, like, isn't the conventional wisdom that like game development is a miracle, right? And this seems like one of those miraculous things that happens.
I think a lot of people do try to trend chase, and that only works if you're really, really fast.
Yeah. Trends move faster than it takes to make a video game.
And then if you're not very fast, like us, for example, then you wind up with 500 Vampire Survivors games 3 years later, which is the situation that we're in right now.
Or you take so long that it comes back around and you get it. You get it when there's nostalgia for it.
Yeah. Take 10 years on your Vampire Survivors game.
Yeah, it could be they made this Queue Up game like 3 years ago, and they were just waiting for the coin flips to hit, and they're like, "Now, hit it now!"
But Demonschool's not Vampire Survivor, right?
Oh, no.
No. Yeah,
I was just saying that we wouldn't be able to turn something around in 3 months to react to a trend that was going to be like really, really solid. I think also, interestingly, these days, I don't like the friend slop term.
Yeah.
But players are getting a lot more forgiving of a lot of the kinds of things that people of my development age and era would not put into a game. Bugs and visual errors and all these like UI issues and just like tiny little weird problems are not something that people who grew up on Roblox care about.
I feel like the first time I started hearing about that was around like Goat Simulator, where like the glitches were part of the charm.
Yeah, well, in this case, it's more like, if the graphics are mediocre, it doesn't matter. Just like as long as what you kind of like the old thing we used to say about how the real story in a lot of games is the narrative that the player experiences, not the story that's told to them. I think as long as that is the focus, graphics, bugs, sound, none of the rest of that. Well, that's Dog, by the way, which is very interesting and hard to get used to.
That's time. Here's my next question. What are the best grids in video games?
This isn't Demon School, but I like when overhead kind of Zelda perspective games invisibly take place on grids in the sense that you can get really good at lining things up because you can feel the grid underneath the map. And I like when there's invisible grids, I guess is the answer.
A good game like for that is Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Tomb Raiders like that? Like 3D Tomb Raiders on a grid?
Yes. It's an invisible grid, like you said, but the way Laura moves, especially like, you push her forward, one space.
It's
like
a
big, yeah. It's like that, yeah. That's
sometimes like you jump and she shifts over a little bit to grab onto a thing because she has to snap in the center.
Yep.
Yeah. I like puzzle game grids, which are also kind of invisible sometimes, but you know that they're there. There's no visible grid in Tetris or Puyo Puyo, but there's like an amount. There's amount of space that you can have. My Dreamcast joke is frame grid. That's a good grid. That's a game called Frame Grid.
I don't know that game, but I assume it's a game.
It's a game. It's a mech game, and grid is spelled GRIDE, which I very much enjoy. Yeah, Frame Grid. It's possible that it's supposed to be Glide, but I don't know. Just don't know.
Is it a Japanese developed game?
Yes.
Oop.
Yep.
Can hexagons be grids, or is a hexagonal arrangement
you can have
something else?
Hexagonal grid.
A grid is whatever you make of it.
Yeah.
As long as it's as long as they're uniform tiles, I think you can call it a grid.
I think so.
Well, I don't know if it's a hexagon or not, but something like an Animal Crossing is a good grid.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah.
And it's kind of similar to what we're talking about, where it's just like I don't know, like nothing's gonna break. You can arrange things and you inherently understand how to decorate because you just kind of feel the grid underneath. So I like that.
Yeah. Tiles. That's
this thing
the key.
like a Sokoban?
Yeah. I wish I liked those more.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Sokoban is like
pushing video game.
Box pushing.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to push the box into the right spot and then you got to arrange the other one out of the way.
Yep, I got it. But
Those are so strange to me because it shows me the limitations of my own brain because as soon as Sokoban puzzles get a little bit complicated,
you're out.
I'm like, this is it's random chance now.
Yeah.
I'm going to push this somewhere and maybe it'll be right. I have no idea.
Really bad with spatial stuff like that, so I feel you.
I'm good at certain kinds of spatial things, but I like Portal was fine, but pushing things in a 2D space and having to arrange them, it feels like homework, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. I actually wonder if you're hitting the limit of your brain or your patience. For me, it's patience for sure with the Sokoban game, where it's just like as soon as I have to think like 5 steps ahead, I'm just like, I don't want that. I can maybe, but like I could also just peel my skin off, and it's kind of the same thing.
Like those puzzles where you have to like turn things to get them in the same orientation, but every time you turn one, it turns another. Yeah, that kind of shit.
That's right.
Oh man, nope.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I looked up a lot of puzzles in Alundra for that kind of reason.
Oh yeah, when they like have it in like, I hate when games have a sliding puzzle in the middle of the game. That's a bad grid, by the way.
Yeah.
The sliding puzzles where it's like one square of the grid is empty and you have to.
The worst grids.
Yeah.
It's a terrible grid.
Another grid that I do enjoy, which is spatial orientation. I guess it's 2, but they're basically the same thing. I do like to arrange my inventory in a Resident Evil 4 or similar.
Oh yeah, that's a grid. That's a good grid.
What was the game that came out where that's all the game was, where you had all these items?
Called,
but it came out recently. The Game Grumps played it. It was that you had like these boxes and the weapons, and you had to make them all fit.
Yeah.
Those are fun. I can do those.
Save Room is the game you're thinking of.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good pun too, because you do that in your save room a lot.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of unpacking. It's packing. Wow.
Yeah, it's the packing.
Yeah. It's packing.
Talking about like from last week, games you should bundle together, unpacking and Save Room.
There you go.
I like it. Good job.
Solo Robo, you have a grid and you have a bunch of powers and things, but they're all different kind of Tetris shapes and they can sort of like interlock and stuff, but you can really like see it and look at it. It's all just like, will this fit? And if I rotate this, then this one will fit. But it's only like 2 steps of thinking. It's not 5. So it's kind of relaxing.
Well, I think another grid too is Midway has an arcade game called The Grid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Always popular at California Extreme Arcade.
Yeah, and I don't like it. It's a multiplayer shooter. And here's the thing: you think that I'm making the joke that The Grid is a good grid in video games, but actually, what's good is that the control panel for The Grid has an arranged, like literally parts from a touch-tone telephone for buttons.
Oh,
that's
the good grid.
Yeah.
Okay. We can
one
end
more.
on that.
No,
Yeah.
one more good grid game. The pipe game in like BioShock. I love that shit. I know that they're
Pipe
like
Dream.
Wow.
Yeah,
From
that's
like Windows from like Windows 95.
Windows 3.1
Yeah, I love
or
Pipe Dream.
whatever.
yeah, love that shit.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was great.
That's fun.
Okay. I got an important question for us right before the break here. When you're making a video game, how do you decide how woke to make it?
How much coffee have you had? That's how
Boom.
woke it'll be in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm gonna morph this a little bit.
Yeah.
Does
How do you-
Demonschool have a Steam forum yet, and will it? Because
So
that's when you'll find out how woke your game is.
So already I know that my game is too woke. Because you are not allowed to disable the Steam forum. It comes with the thing. What you can do is you can like make one post yourself and lock it.
Yes,
That's the only thing
yes,
you can do.
When I was
And disable the rest. But Steam forums are terrible. So what we will do is we'll create a bugs thread and then we'll delete everything that was already there. But otherwise, you're just gonna get people talking. Like, someone was like, "I can't tell if these characters are girls or boys." Like, first of all, okay. I don't care. Like, why do I care?
My penis is confused.
That's right. It's
and
like,
that's your problem.
Is Zelda the boy? Someone explain it to me.
Yeah.
It's like these characters should come with pronouns that tell you if they're. Wait, no, I mean the other thing.
Exactly. Yeah. As woke as you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did get a question, not a question. Just like I guess Jaffe, you were saying that your buddy was saying
someone I know asked me upon receiving a review copy, who will remain anonymous. It's like, I don't know if this is just me, but is everyone in this video game queer? And I said, probably. And he was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. A couple of them aren't.
Yeah.
A couple of them aren't. But that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the answer should be sure.
It's college. Yeah. It's college, you know?
Yeah,
Everybody's figuring it out.
It's college.
It's college.
You're in demon school.
It's very funny that a developer will just like make a game, and they will make a game that reflects life. So life includes queer people and people of color. And then somebody will be like, "Oh my God, you make this game work." I'm like, woke. I'm like, it takes more effort, more thought to create a game that is completely all white than it does to make a game, you know, in this kind of genre where it's more reflective of like, you know, real life. It's not like fantasy or whatever. Like it would be a more concerted effort to do this one certain way than it would be to just make a game that is reflective of life. And if that's woke, then I'm sorry, buddy. You live in a woke society. You just have to accept that.
I'm going to ask you something challenging. Do you think it's conservative to suggest that demonology attracts queer people?
No, I don't think that. I think that's correct. I mean, I think it does, because so too does astrology and anything where you can. I think anything where you have a space to insert some of your identity into a framework, it's going to be more interesting to queer people who may not have the opportunity to place themselves elsewhere. So I think it does. Also, as far as wokeness, like, you know, I think maybe some of these people, they live in white neighborhoods and they go to white churches or whatever. I don't. And it's just like, if I'm making a game where I'm stealing all of my friends' mannerisms and merging them with my writing, it's going to be a more diverse group of people, because I have lived in the Bay Area for my entire life. and those are who my friends are. It's just like, it's not hard to make something with diversity or different perspectives in it when you live in a place that has those. But everybody lives in places that have those. It's just whether they pay attention and choose to engage with other people or not, I feel.
I was just going to say, like, I live in Ohio, right? Like, I live in Ohio with, famously, red state, even though I live in very purple Akron. But like, my husband is like friends with like this trans polycule that lives like, down the street from us and whatever. And we have him over and we have a barbecue. And it's like, it's normal because those are his friends. Like, so we're just hanging out. It's like we are every liberal or every conservative like person's
you mean
nightmare.
a Magic the Gathering draft?
Exactly. Like we're in an interracial relationship and that frequently has like this queer, trans polycule over our house every now and again. And it's just like, this is just normal life for us. Nobody thinks anything of it or anything like that. It's just like, this is life. This is how we live.
You wouldn't have to think about it unless people were constantly telling you that it's weird on the internet.
And that's why you lock the forums. Squadala! We're off!
This will be of interest to you, Jaffe, and you, Esper. I have been working on my big Magic the Gathering Fortnitification piece where you talk about, Final Fantasy was great, Spider-Man sucked, everybody's kind of like at these UB sets and what that means for Magic in general. And
it's interesting that there's like two specific colors of Magic that are getting more emphasis than the others. That's interesting to me.
What do you mean?
He's saying U and B is blue and black.
Oh. Gotcha.
I didn't realize I was making a joke. I thought that when you were talking about UB, you were like, all of these sets are like
UB is also an acronym for Universes Beyond, which means the Fortnite
That is
sets.
absolute bullshit. How was I supposed to know that?
I thought that was the joke you were making.
I would know that UB and Magic are two different things. No,
because the joke you said
wrong.
lines up with that information.
Your system is absolutely wrong. That I don't know what you're complaining about. If it's the company or if it's the specific play style, because they are both things that you complain about. How am I supposed to know what's what? This is insane, and I should not be expected to know this.
I feel like you are unpacking some things right now that we did not open.
You're getting all in your Costanza over here.
I'm shifting into soup mode. Welcome back to the Insert Credit Show. Let's give Brandon a rest and focus on Frank for a bit, because it's time to go to the question hole.
Oh no.
This is the part of every episode where we take one question.
Interesting when that's Frank.
Submitted to us from patreon.com/insertcredit, where you get the opportunity to send us your questions, get monthly bonus episodes, and other stuff. What other stuff? You'll have to find out just by kicking us a few dollars. This week's question comes from Tom Arrow, who asks, how did the rise and fall of Blockbuster impact video games?
Well, I'm going to treat this as Blockbuster as a stand-in for video rental.
Sure.
Yes, Blockbuster was the most popular chain, but they didn't like invent it, and it's kind of like asking how did Walmart transform, mail order or whatever. It's like, no, like there were stores before. How did it transform things? I don't know that it did, because the era of Blockbuster was the era of video games being distinct retail product. I know that Nintendo didn't like that people could rent their games instead of buying them. But I don't know that they had market data or not that shifted that. And I don't know that I've ever seen anything that implied that game design might have shifted around, like making a game not last through a rental. I could certainly suppose that, I've definitely played games that seem like they're way harder than they're supposed to be.
No,
but
I think
it's a guess. I've never heard anyone say it.
Though it's a guess, I think it would be a very wise, educated guess because of reviews of the era being like, it's a short game, good for a rental, or like you might get something out of it, but give it a rental instead, kind of thing. Like it was sort of the just catch it on streaming of reviewing. And so there definitely was I recall, I can't get specifics to mind now, but I recall like internal documents about making sure that games were X hours so that they couldn't easily be completed in one rental. It's still, of course, anecdotal and not like data, but there's enough stuff to suggest that I think enough stuff to suggest an educated guess that developers felt they had to make games longer and more difficult, and that reviewers were, at the very least, this is definitely true, reviewers were using rental as a gauge for excellence of a game, and something that you should buy versus something you should rent was different.
Yeah, that's actually very true. I agree with that. But I don't know. Like I said, it's an educated guess. I just don't know how. I mean, I can think of things like how baffling some of the difficulty changes in like a working design's localization are, and like take a wild guess that it's to prevent people from beating the games on a rental or something. But again, just a guess, right? But I think it almost certainly affected things. I mean, I know, Brandon, you and I were present for a discussion about how a marketing department at Sega artificially wanted its Sonic 2 level lengthened.
Right.
And that might have been coming from a rental perspective as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I think we all feel, but no one's like talked about it. And it's not because it's a big secret. It's just something that maybe doesn't get asked about anymore because it's kind of become irrelevant.
I guess another thing, like in a more positive sense, maybe you could think of the landscape being affected by people being able to try more stuff. Like maybe players were able to to look at more games than they otherwise would have because they were renting them for a few bucks instead of buying them, and so that it expands their literacy if they're into games.
I think it's a really good theory. Like, you don't have to go to your cousin's house to get a cousin game.
Right.
You can pay Blockbuster $3.
I would not have played Superman 64 if I didn't see it in a Blockbuster aisle and say, hey, a Superman video game.
There you go.
Cousin game. That's definitely a cousin game. Yeah.
The only thing I can contribute to this conversation, because I was never allowed to rent video games when I was a kid, that GameFly still exists, and we have reached the apotheosis of video game rentals because you can now pay a monthly subscription to rent a computer.
Whoa,
we're there.
It feels wrong and bad and it's like $200 a month too. That's like a bill to rent a computer to play, like, I don't know, Counter-Strike or whatever on it.
Oh, what are the specs? What do we got?
Here, I'll put this in. I'll put this in host chat just so you can see.
I think I once on the show pointed out that GameFly is actually the best way to borrow 4K Blu-rays.
Right.
And I did that for a minute. Yeah. 5080. Come on.
Are you not impressed?
Those are the wrong numbers.
Yeah. $200 a month. God bless.
But you could get 400 FPS in Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
All right.
Oh, that's true, because you have a monitor with that refresh rate, but not a computer.
You could get 405 FPS on Valorant, so that's good.
That's very good. 55 on Minecraft. What? You're getting 55 frames a second on Minecraft in 1080p.
Is Minecraft that unoptimized?
This has to be with the the path tracing stuff on, right? It's got to be.
All right.
Do you mean ray tracing?
I do, but isn't path tracing related?
I don't know. I only know ray tracing, and that's a term that I have recently learned. Yeah. I'm sorry, like I am not a technical
that's dog, by the way.
spec kind of person.
Yeah,
does it play the game? Great.
It is related. It's another light simulation. And in fact, it's more. I'm seeing that it's rendering voxels. So I bet I was actually right in that Minecraft is using path tracing.
We are way over time.
I don't care.
Frank has the credits not to care, to be fair. I want to ask a question that kind of relates to something we were talking to earlier. How much does the average video game player actually want to be challenged?
Oh, boy.
That is, even if you're taking in the average, that is extremely subjective. It depends on the kind of challenge, too, honestly.
Yeah, I think the average player has been harder and harder to pin down lately.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you really did an average, it would probably be someone playing Fortnite on their phone.
Right.
And I don't know if they do anything else, you know? I just saw a thing about how India is $1 billion market for games now, and also in that same report, it said that there were 500 million players, which means that on average, if you were to do a pure average, every player is spending $2.
Oh,
There's just like a lot of things to unpack
yeah.
in that, and mobile is indeed the main thing there, and so like
What
you
are they
look at
doing,
that, and
gacha
it's
there?
like
It's like PUBG
It's free to
Mobile and
play.
shit like that. And that
Yeah.
too. But yeah.
It's all free to play stuff. Premium is really hard, even though there are like official Sony stores in India that sell PS5 and things like that. But on the one hand, that report says what a market to get into, $1 billion. On the other hand, breaking in is anybody that's not huge already and built for low spec phones and stuff. You're not gonna get anything.
It just makes me like, the video game industry loves to show the big number, right?
Mhm.
As if it's relevant to the video game industry.
Right.
Mhm.
And
It's relevant to 5 companies.
right. And it doesn't feel like something that can last forever. It's like I can't help but think about the things that I'm looking at in front of me over the last couple of weeks, and like Phil and I are working on a project revolving around E3 ephemera. We were donated from someone who founded
Nice.
E3 a bunch of stuff.
Oh, wow.
And I can't help but think about that sort of transition where for years the consumer electronics industry was like, video games are us. And, as like Nintendo was booming, Consumer Electronics Association is like, consumer electronics are exploding. And then, when E3 started, they're like, yeah, games are a different thing. They're over here now. Bye. And it's like they kind of drew that line and separated out. And like, I don't know. I don't know that I'm making a prediction here, like a bold prediction or whatever, but at some point, right? Like there has to be some realistic carving out of like, okay, you say the video game industry, but it's that, the rest of it, like the like stuff that's just released on Steam is like 5% of that or whatever it is.
Right.
Like there has to be a separation because it's meaningless otherwise.
I guess the video game industry, as we currently conceive of it, is it counting, all the stuff that you can do on the NYT and shit like that? Like
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. It's a good question.
many tentacled monster. I don't know either. But it's funny because, when you try to make the case to like normies or whatever about the importance of video games, you say the New York Times is a video game publisher that happens to have a fucking newspaper on the side because more people are subscribing to
Yeah.
Wordle or whatever than they are to the actual paper.
That's true.
Blessed.
I mean, there's the difference between like making a game that's challenging enough to make someone feel good as opposed to making them be good. Like that classic sort of Miyamoto Zelda approach.
Mhm.
Like how much of when you're developing the difficulty of a game is about tricking someone into like, like the way that, say, a CSI or Law and Order is structured, that you're supposed to figure it out.
Oh, sure.
before
There's
the guy.
there's a lot of like puzzle design that makes you feel really smart.
Yeah.
Even though it's, been telegraphed to you very explicitly what the answer is. And I think that I don't think of game stuff as challenge. I think of it as friction. I think you can have friction without it being hard. It's just friction. And I think that's I think that dance, that sort of push and pull of friction versus ease is like the secret of having a good time. And I think that can be accomplished with something more of a traditional challenge like a Sokoban or whatever, right? Or it can be something that is just kind of slowing down your progress because you have to do some busy work or something like that. Like both of those things are valid forms of friction, of like pressure and release. Everything in life is pressure and release is my hot take of the day. Absolutely everything.
I don't really know how. I'm going to be very curious to see how people react to Demonschool in that regard, because obviously I have a lot of very specific thoughts about difficulty and friction and letting a player complete something versus giving them too much stuff to do versus giving them enough to do. And it's really hard to articulate what I feel and also to achieve that in a video game. So like we don't have leveling in Demonschool at all. It's an RPG and it doesn't have levels and it doesn't have experience points. And
Somebody's going to get mad at you for calling it an RPG.
well, maybe.
Aren't all games where you play a role playing game?
Indeed. Indeed. Similar to like a Hades or something, you can equip abilities. So it does, you can change your character, but it just doesn't increase in stats. And it's going to be real interesting to see what people think about that. Difficulty is weird.
I have two questions for this last question. One I had written in advance, and one I just want to ask because it occurred to me while we were discussing Demonschool at the top of the show. So I'll ask the pre-written one first and see if we have time. I want to know, we talk about what is the whatever of video games all the time. I want to know, preemptively, called shot, what movie is Demonschool of video games?
Wait, I'm confused.
Like Demonschool is the blank of video games?
Yeah, what movie is Demonschool of video games?
Yeah. Well, nobody's played it but me. So I guess I have to answer that question. I think the problem is it isn't just one because it's such a mashup. The closest maybe is the movie Demons by Lamberto Bava, son of Mario Bava, but that takes place in a movie theater. Demons come out of basically out of the fiction and into the real world, and drip goo all over the place, and everyone's trapped in a movie theater. That's probably the closest one, but I'm not sure.
So Last Action Hero is the Demonschool of.
I guess so. Yeah. If wait, no, Schwarzenegger goes into the movie. Oh, he comes back out.
Yeah, he comes back out.
Yeah.
The kid goes into the movie, and then they both come out.
Yes.
It's half demons and half School of Rock.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Which character in Demonschool is Jack Black going to play in the movie adaptation?
He's gonna play the. There's a guy called Varka who. He just has chains across his chest, and he's always gesticulating and speaking grandly. That's who Jack Black plays.
That works.
And we're
That
not
sounds
going
right.
to make him bulk up or cut down to play the role. He can play it as is.
As it. Oh, in your mind, this is a live action movie.
It's live action. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. And the question that occurred to me as we were talking about college radio stations is, what's the Empire Records of video games?
Empire Records, I never watched it. It's the movie.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I've never watched it either. What was the song that came from it? There was a hit song that came from it, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of like it's kind of like Clerks, but in a record store.
Exactly.
Right?
It was very formative at the time for like alt culture.
So it was like people behind the counter being snarky about musical taste and that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like for people who were slightly cooler than Clerks, I think.
That Thing You Do, was that Empire Records?
No, that was the movie That Thing You Do.
Oh, dang it.
Was it
there was a song, right? There was a song. Hang on.
I'm ashamed to say is the answer. Insert credit.
Till I hear it from
you.
Where a bunch of people with opinions are telling you what's right.
Circa
Yeah.
2001, yeah.
I like it.
That makes sense.
It might be.
All right.
It's Till I Hear It From You by the Gin Blossoms.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which is, as generic as the other song.
Certainly of the era.
That I already forgot what song that I said it was. That's how generic it was.
All right. In this last round, I want us to make some enemies. I am introducing a game I am calling Trashtalkal RPG.
Okay, the Gin Blossoms suck.
Yeah.
I'm going to name a tactical RPG or tactical RPG series, and you're going to trash talk it because the only one we need to play is Demonschool.
Oh, no.
For example,
but I like them all.
Triangle strategy, more like try a different game strategy, that kind of thing. Or you could get like actually granular and specific and say things you don't like about it. That's what we're going to do right now. Your first one is XCOM. What don't you like about XCOM?
The fact that it's tactical. I've never played a tactical game.
The reason it's called XCOM is because we broke up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we broke up for a reason, XCOM.
This is going to be hard for me because I feel like I like a lot of tactical RPGs.
I like them. I love them. So this is going to be spurious.
Fire Emblem.
They call it Fire Emblem because they got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fire Emblem Engage, I can say Fire Emblem Engage was a terrible game.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. So
Fire Emblem Engage, like, Nokia, what were you thinking with that?
Nice. Disgaea.
This
know who
guy
hates
has
that
got
game?
This
better
guy
stuff
fucking
to do.
sucks.
Exactly. We all have the same thought.
Tactics Ogre.
This is the first game that describes its player base.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
God! Oh, I was expecting a Shrek joke, and that's so much worse.
Man.
My husband's going to have words with you, Frank. He loves that game.
Ah, man. My
Good one.
friend Yoni growing up always called it Tactics Ogre because he had never seen the word ogre before, and he thought that's how it was pronounced. So that's the average Tactics Ogre player.
Also, anyone taking offense to what I just said should really
Touch grass.
internalize what their feelings about ogres, because I never said ogres were bad.
Yeah,
No, and
layered.
I mean, they're rock stars, for example.
Valkyria Chronicles.
Valkylmia Chronicles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
Best I got.
good enough. Advance Wars.
Advance to the Back Wars. Man, I was so excited for that game, and that was a dud for me.
Which one?
The remake.
Oh yeah,
the remake. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Military Madness better personally. It's all in TurboGrafx. That's the one. That's the one for me.
the most Brandon opinion I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean they are basically it. Military Madness is
It's Famicom Wars. Yeah.
It is Famicom Wars on the PC Engine, so it really is.
Yeah.
They just did it a little different. A little different. It's more in space.
The Banner Saga.
The Banal Saga.
The band from this conversation. This saga.
Ooh,
The Boredom
Zing.
Saga, more like.
oh, we're getting like full Mad Magazine right now, and I
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
right.
The Blechner Saga.
Florian.
Jean d'Arc.
More like
Jean
Jean
de
d'Arc.
Fart.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh God. They Dutch ovened her at the stake. It was awful.
Oh.
Oh,
Vandal Hearts. Vandal Farts.
Vandal Farts, sure.
We all
Yeah.
already killed that
Yeah.
one in our heads.
Yeah.
And finally, and I want you to get real nasty on this one, Final Fantasy Tactics.
Let me see.
Oh, wow. I don't. The one thing I can say about Final Fantasy Tactics is those names are really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, even by like Final Fantasy Square Enix standards, like those names are strange. But I will say that I really appreciate like the highfalutin, super high Shakespeare of like the remake with the voice acting and stuff like that. It's so over the top. It's
Yeah,
just
that
like,
is-
oh,
That is the opposite of what I like. That is one of my main complaints with Final Fantasy Tactics, and the other one is goddamn camera rotates too slow. It rotates too slow. It's too slow.
the
Don't
camera
like it.
rotates too slow, and it's not like it's in quadrants. And I would
Yeah.
really like if I had a better fine tuning of things so I could
Mhm.
see exactly what it is I want to see than trying to figure out which quadrant will give me the
Yeah.
best angle for what I
How can
want
I
to see.
move this
Oh,
so
the
I can
bad
see
grid.
my guy?
Bad grid.
Demon
That's why I
School
didn't mention
promises lightning fast rotation. Just
That's-
whipping around until you throw up.
Yeah, we actually had rotation until we took it out.
Yeah.
It's not in there now.
Better no rotation than slow rotation.
That's right.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
All right. I think we did a pretty good job taking down every possible competition for Demon School. And now
Got him.
we're going to sell 10 million copies. Does anyone have anything they'd like to recommend to our audience at this point?
Go for it, Brandon.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
Brandon's releasing a game, so he gets the credit this week. Congratulations, Brandon.
Nice, thanks.
It's the least I can do. I'm not buying the game.
Yeah, I saw you submitted to our influencer spreadsheet. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm an influencer. I have a popular podcast
That's right.
where I talk about video games.
Yeah, and you said something like, "Hi, it's Alex Jaffe," in there.
Yeah, that does sound like me.
It's true. Yeah. Well, buy my game. Buy my game, as they
Mhm.
would say on the Critic. I am nervous about it. I gotta tell you, I've never been nervous about a game release before. Really, it feels
Why?
like
What's the difference? Yeah.
Well, it feels like it has the potential for people to buy it, first of all. And for some people to like it.
This is the first game you've made that you think someone might like.
That's right. I think someone outside of me might like it. Also, I get all these folks coming up to me, and it's a positive at trade shows and things, being like, I feel like you made this game just for me. I'm looking so
Aw.
forward to this, and I don't want to disappoint those people.
Aw.
And it's hard to know what people are going to think about it. And, I'm cautiously optimistic based on some things that some people who are like press who are playing it have said. So it's just, it's weird. I've never put out Hypergun Sport and I'm like, yeah, nobody's going to buy it. But it's okay because we got funding for it for this or that method, whatever we did. Gunhouse was like our first game, and I was just like, we're releasing it on PlayStation Mobile. Nobody has this. It's fine. Same with Oh Dear. And we have a history of like before Hypergun Sport, it was Gunsport, which we released on the Stadia. We didn't really even have insight into what the stats were on that.
Right.
I couldn't. If nobody played it, I wouldn't know. We did get some at some point, and I think I mentioned that at one point we had more concurrent players than Destiny, which is I'm
nice.
gonna keep that as a pride point forever. Only on Stadia, obviously, not everywhere else. But yeah, this is a game that's out on everything. It's the biggest thing we've ever done. We spent
more
years
popular
making
than
it.
Call of Duty on Game FAQ.
That's right, more popular than Call of Duty on Game FAQ, and also it's quite a personal game to a lot of us. There are like a lot of births and deaths in our team during this, the development of this thing. It's just, it's been a very all-consuming project, and to have it then go out into the world and be out of your hands is a bigger deal than usual. So,
well, I can't wait to play it once you send me that review code.
That's right. So anyway, buy it. That's my thing. Give it a purchase, and if you like it, review it on Steam or whatever other platform, just like you're supposed to do with this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get into that, like, positive and then overwhelmingly positive or whatever, then it kicks you into a new strata of Steam. Discoverability, and that stuff's important. So, like, getting those quickly is important. There's so much stupid stuff that you have to think about. Like, we need high wish list velocity going into launch. If we're getting more wish lists as the game before the game is launching, then we get higher into like new and upcoming ranking or whatever. It's just
that's why we always tell you to wish list it.
If I undo and then redo my wish list, does that
I have
help?
no idea. I bet it doesn't, but I don't know. No,
just sit around doing that all day just in case it works.
No, it won't because Steam tracks wish list deletions and additions.
Oh.
And so that would just like zero out.
Cancel it out, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I know.
Or it'll send the message that the people who are interested in this game are absolute psychos. And that might work for them.
They're out of their minds. Yeah. Oh, and also I just have a fun little anecdote, which is we had friend of the show, JJ. I guess JJ's never been on the show, but he is the director of that Neurodiver game and a friendly local dev. We had him dog sit the dogs while we were away a few months ago. And I was just thinking about how nice it was. It was like he used my space here as it was designed for. While I was gone, he was sending me emails about like he was watching Laserdiscs, he was playing Casio Loopy, he was playing games library. He was like, I've now played all the Anime Freak games on the PCFX, and this is the one that I think is the best. And I was like, this is exactly. He's like, yeah.
So is your recommendation come to your house?
No, it's just, this isn't a recommendation. It's really nice when your stuff can get used. Like if you say you have an arcade machine in your home, bring people over and have them play it. Like when Merritt was over here during GDC because her plane got delayed. We just played Elevator Action Returns and stuff, and it's like it's cool. Use your stuff, your weird stuff that you have, if you have it. At the end.
That's great.
That's a good recommendation. I'm also going to recommend you buy Demonschool because I have nothing else personal to recommend. There you go.
Nice. Yeah. Buy Demonschool. Quick one. I don't know. I didn't realize until someone told me that Pluribus had started, which is Vince Gilligan's new show. I like his shows. So just FYI that's going on now. First two episodes.
I'm waiting for that to all be out, and then I'm going to buy a month of Apple Plus. That's how it works. Or Apple TV.
Well, I didn't buy nothing, and I got them. So
right.
Let me know if.
I am going to recommend if you live in the United States, call your representatives and yell at them. They really hate it when you do that, which is why you should do that. 5calls.org is a really good tool that'll help you organize your thoughts if you need help there. But yeah, it is work that is worth doing.
Yeah, it's probably too late for what's happening right now.
Yeah,
by the time this
but there
comes
will
out,
be other things.
But it's worth yelling at them and letting them know that you didn't like what happened.
Exactly. Yeah,
and that they're done gonna get primaried. So
yeah.
To that end, if you are inclined and you have the chops to do so, consider running in local elections too.
Oh yeah,
true.
That's another good thing to do.
Get in there.
I would like to recommend that you review this show right after you finish playing and reviewing Demon's School, like Big City Pizza did. Big City Pizza says, I love this video game show. Really interesting questions, fun guests, and informative as heck. The YouTube video version is wonderful television.
Yeah, Esper.
Yeah. I'd also like to recommend that if you'd like to sponsor a particular episode with an advertisement or personal message, or submit a buzzer, or tell us your idea for a video game 2-pack, you could send all those to show@insertcredit.com. You join our community at forums.insertcredit.com or find us on youtube.com/insertcreditshow. Buy Demon School now! Check out the Video Game History Foundation! And go ahead and check out what Ash is doing. This episode is edited by Esper Quinn with music by Kurt Feldman. I'm Alex Jaffe.
I'm Frank Cifaldi.
I'm Ash Parrish.
I'm Brandon Sheffield.
And it is now safe to turn off your computer. There we go.
Nice.
Thanks for meeting with me on a Monday.
Yep. Thanks for indulging Demon School things.
Oh, it was fun. I'm really rooting for this game.
I'm rooting and I'm tooting.